It's an international occasion, but most people aren't invited. Here's why the guest list for the Queen's funeral is so slimmed down and what it means for Britain's relations with the United States. The US and the UK have maintained a close allyship throughout recent history, with Queen Elizabeth II being said to have been fond of the United States. After the Queen's heartbreaking death, Jane Hartley, the United States ambassador to the UK, appeared on CBS Mornings for an interview and spoke about how the monarch appeared to admire the country.
I think she loved America, and we loved her.
The Queen met a total of 13 U.S. presidents while she was on the throne, including John F. Kennedy, Ronald Reagan, Barack Obama, and Donald Trump. However, it appears that only one president and his wife will be representing the United States at the late monarch's funeral next week. Reportedly, current President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden will be the only U.S. delegates attending Queen Elizabeth's funeral. CBS's Ed O'Keefe took to Twitter to share the news, writing, "New. President Biden and the First Lady will be the only Americans in the official U.S. delegation to the funeral for Queen Elizabeth, a senior White House official tells me. There will be no delegation because we have only 2 seats for the funeral," the senior official says. In similar historic events, sitting U.S. presidents have been granted permission to invite former presidents, along with other significant American figures, to attend the occasion as well. However, landing a seat at the Queen's funeral is proving to be harder than expected for many world leaders. As commentator John Kampfner told Politico, the Queen was perhaps the most famous figure in the world at the time of her death. As a result, her funeral is expected to be like none other, with an unprecedented guest list to match. Westminster Abbey, the location where the funeral will be held, has an occupancy limit of about 2,200 people, leaving Buckingham Palace scrambling to carefully decide who will fit those highly coveted spots. That might be why they only handed invites to the Bidens and nobody else. Though President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden are the only official U.S. representatives expected to attend Elizabeth's funeral, that doesn't necessarily mean that no other Americans will be invited. USA Today points out that former presidents could attend, but only if they receive their own invitations directly from the palace, not through President Biden. So far, that doesn't seem likely. Former President Jimmy Carter, who once famously escorted the Queen at a 1977 dinner, said he hasn't been invited to the upcoming ceremony. What about other former presidents like Barack Obama and Donald Trump? As Vanity Fair explains, inviting some former U.S. presidents like Carter while snubbing others could cause drama that Buckingham Palace would likely prefer to avoid. Therefore, it's doubtful that Obama or Trump would be invited to attend the historic event to keep the focus on Elizabeth's legacy and what she meant for the United Kingdom. As the only 2 people officially representing the U.S. at Her Majesty's funeral, the Bidens shared a thoughtful tribute to the late monarch, writing in a statement, "In a world of constant change, she was a steadying presence and a source of comfort and pride for generations of Britons, including many who have never known their country without her." People reports that POTUS and FLOTUS will travel to the UK on Saturday, September 17th, before attending a reception on Sunday and the Queen's state funeral on Monday.